are the Swords of Chaos, double-edged in Tides of Torment. So I was basically dared into doing this review because I'd done a video on aspiring champions after all this time. Well, it's not exactly the same thing. There are some very important differences which you will see soon, but it's also not that far off. I've played so little of Raw Chaos that I couldn't remember that this unit existed. That's pretty bad because I know I'd fought against it lately. So let's take a look at what we're seeing and understand it a little bit better so that maybe it sticks. Recruit for 1500 gold and 375 upkeep, this Chaos Knights Regiment of Renown comes with 24 entities and 7,872 health between them. Okay, 24 instead of 16. Armor is 120 with shields that block only 30% of small arms missile fire from a frontal arc. In a rank 9 state, leadership is 85, speed is 70, and charge speed is 108. The charge speed is nothing to be ashamed of. Marauder Horsemen have 110, but that normal speed is kind of a drag. Melee attack arrives at 52 and is flaming attack with every hit, not magical. Attack interval of 4.6 seconds is lower than the median, but not by some crazy amount. There is no splash damage. That is interesting. No splash damage. Melee defense of 61 marks this as melee cavalry meant to get stuck in like an Ogryn after a charge. Yeah, different game, same idea. Weapon strength 80 is almost as high as many varieties of trolls, but not quite. Split base 24 and armor piercing 56. And any cavalry that's armor piercing is worth its weight in gold. Gold's too soft to use as actual armor in the real world, mind. Charge bonus is 44 and mass is 1200 per entity. This unit can hide in forest, causes fear, and has immunity to psychology, so terror won't work on it either. Its passive is Guardian, giving plus 15% physical resistance to friendly lords and heroes within a 35-meter radius. That's very nice and unexpected in a Chaos faction. This makes its general defensive heft even better. Apocalyptic Charge is its active ability, cooldown 120 seconds, duration 30 seconds, 35-meter radius. Within that radius, and it looks like that's the moment the ability is activated, get charge bonus plus 20% and charge speed plus 10% for the duration. Nothing wrong about this, though this unit itself is not the finest user of that, but more speed is very good. In the redline skills, Hammer unto Anvil would add a 3 pips, melee defense plus 8, and charge bonus plus 12 flat, cranking the defense up to pretty crazy levels, and the charge bonus isn't as much of an impediment anymore. Speed and Malice would add speed plus 10%, shoring up that sore point, melee attack plus 5, and missile resistance plus 15% because take that, handgunners. In the tech tree, Profane Weaponry enables warband recruitment of Chaos Knights at all, and provides magical attack for all of them including the Regiment of Renown. That shores up a big potential downside, and makes them truly lethal to certain Norscan units. Inscribed Chaos Armor adds plus 10 armor, simple and good. Demon Mounts provides experience gains not relevant here. Sensuous Gifts provides Soul Hunter, which builds up to a maximum of plus 10 ward save, plus 16 leadership, and plus 10 charge bonus at 200 kills. You have to be busy to get there, but so be it. A welcome challenge. Now then, how do we use these Swords of Chaos? Since usual sword and metal board Chaos Knights are not armor-piercing, this unit flips the script, and its lack of splash damage makes it prone to drowning in large numbers, albeit culling a considerable number if given any time at all. But what it's really meant to do is act as one-stop destruction for armored shock cavalry. The idea is, shockingly simple. Get in the enemy's face or flank, wail upon it, show armored suits no respect whatsoever, and tear the enemy to pieces. Even something like Knights of the Black Rose, with very high melee defense by normal standards, will be chewed up and will do so much less damage to these knights, the armor piercing will carry the day. Of course, that's if it's one unit on one unit. The best thing the enemy can do is completely drown you in bodies to the point you can't cut through them all. Or, of course, shoot the unit to pieces. This presents us with our best case scenario by reversing that. You The evil lord commanding the swords hide exactly where it's going and intends to strike, masking its movements just enough, and then unleashing it where the enemy cannot gang up on it. It's a little overqualified and understaffed to wreck normal missile lines, but a more perfect unit to thwart Iron Drakes is difficult to imagine. And as a counter unit to aspiring champions, the easiest point of comparison, you can do a lot worse. The more advanced use is as the leader of a larger charge, and it doesn't have to be just cavalry. Chariots can get even crazier with this kind of a helpful push. Finally, there's absolutely nothing wrong with using it as the escort for a mounted exalted hero or melee lord, and maximizing both Guardian and the unit's ability to chip down enemy heavy hitters. Remember, if the enemy targets the hero, there is no splash to the unit itself around the hero, and some of these guys are going to be rocking heroic killing blow. Make the combination more than the sum of its parts. Take care, and have fun sowing chaos through the bladed method.